All right, so the Wolverine trailer actually showcases a couple of different looks that we're going to have in the game. I don't know if they're considered alternate suits, but we know that in Marvel's Wolverine, he's going to have a look with kind of civilian clothing with that nice jacket. He's going to have the look that he had in the 2021 reveal trailer, and then of course he's gonna have the nice yellow suit. But there are so many costumes in the Wolverine comics and movies that I know a lot of people want to have in this game, so I wanted to compile a list of a ton of alternate suits that I think should show up in Marvel's Wolverine. Hit that thumbs up button if you're looking forward to Marvel's Wolverine, and subscribe to the channel for more Wolverine content. We can't wait, obviously, for spring 2026 to roll around, as that's when we're gonna get some more information, and the game is out probably around this time next year. With that said, let's jump into this. So, okay, a couple of the ones that I want to get out of the way immediately. These are the ones that I imagine it's going to be the most highly requested suits to be in the game. Pretty much everybody who wants alternate suits in Marvel's Wolverine want these suits, and that is like the classic yellow and blue from the comic books, and then as well the John Byrne brown costume as well. These are iconic looks for the character in the comic books. There is no way they are not going to end up in this game. I think we can all, you can bet your bank account, all right, that these two costumes, if nothing else on this list, these two costumes will be in Marvel's Wolverine. I can promise you. And there are a ton of other ones that I know are iconic that I think are going to show up. You know, we're going to get a Weapon X look for Wolverine in this game for sure. I'd have to imagine too that just because of the character's roots and, you know, trying to honor that, and the fact as well that there is an Easter egg to his first appearance in the original reveal trailer, we're probably going to get the first appearance costume in this game. Another suit I think would be awesome to have in this game is the Age of Apocalypse suit with the missing hand. I don't think they'll do the missing hand if they added this costume into the game, just because if you're wearing the suits in cutscenes, it might not work or it might not make sense. But if they can make it so that like in gameplay he's got the missing hand, that would be so cool. It's one of my favorite looks from the comics. I really hope it makes it in this game. And speaking of costumes that would look really weird in cutscenes and might not make it into the game for that reason, one of the newer looks that we've gotten for Wolverine kind of fuses him with Ghost Rider. Wolverine would be so sick in this game. Listen, we got the Spirit Spider in Marvel Spider-Man, the 2018 game, okay? They made it work in that game, as weird as it is. They added the suit, so I hope that they try to do something similar here with Marvel's Wolverine. And you know, in my original suit wishlist video for Marvel's Wolverine, I mentioned that we should at least get one movie suit of some kind. Maybe it could have been the lame leather jumpsuits from the original X-Men movies, or maybe it could have been Wolverine's suit in X-Men Days of Future Past. And the reason why I make those suggestions is because, you know, in terms of movie costumes for Wolverine, our options were very scarce for a long time. Now that has finally changed. Thank God we actually have a good-looking movie costume for Wolverine.
I got the Marvel Legends mask for it right there.
My editor actually keeps making fun of me for the photos that I posted wearing it. I don't know what his problem is. But yeah, the yellow and blue suit from Deadpool and Wolverine, I think looks great, and I think would be an amazing addition into this game. I have to imagine that Insomniac is already thinking about it. I have to imagine that as soon as they saw that film, as soon as they saw that initial reveal post from Ryan Reynolds when they were making the movie, they were like, yep, we're gonna put that in our game. What I'm wondering though is, are they gonna put the one that has the sleeves and everything intact, or are they gonna do like the sleeveless look towards the end of the movie? I kind of like the sleeveless look a little bit more, but I do wish that it had still the shoulder armor from the suit. I think that's a great addition. But all right, let's jump back into the comic books. One of my favorite comic runs ever, and one of my favorite looks for the character is Old Man Logan. I think this is going to be a great addition if they add it into the game. I think him looking old and mean and gruff and having that appear in cutscenes and using it in gameplay, trying to mess around, and I imagine if there is a photo mode in the game, would be super fun. And you know, recently in Marvel Spider-Man 2, we got some hints, we got some Easter eggs that the Fantastic Four are arriving in Marvel's New York from the video game universe. They bought Fisk Tower, it's now the Baxter Building, and we also have a Fantastic Four suit for Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2. I'm not talking about Future Foundation, I'm talking about the blue costume that he's got in the game. And actually, coincidentally, in the same comic where Spider-Man's a part of the Fantastic Four, from that suit that they're using in Spider-Man 2, Wolverine is also on the team. And so yeah, that blue Fantastic Four Wolverine suit would be an awesome addition to Marvel's Wolverine. I think it could look really good in photo mode too. The blue for that character just really pops. I've also got the Asgardian armor here on my list for Wolverine. I mean, it makes such a brief appearance in the comic books, but it is such a cool look, and it would look incredible in-game using all of the technology they're using to make Marvel's Wolverine look as good as it does. And okay, that actually brings me to the next costume that I have here. And I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me, and that's totally fine. I actually kind of understand, okay? Because this suit isn't like amazing, but utilizing the technology of the PS5 with ray tracing and everything, it could look pretty cool. That is the new adamantium armor suit that he just got recently in the comic books against his face-off with Sabretooth. Again, not the best look, all right? I know it's a lot, okay? But I think it could look pretty sweet in-game. For me, I'm getting a lot of like the Spider Armor Mark 1 vibes from this, but for Wolverine, just imagine how shiny it could be, how reflective it could be. Again, with ray tracing on and everything, it could look pretty nice. I've also got on here the original Ultimate Comics Wolverine look from the older Ultimate X-Men run. I really like this look actually for Wolverine. I like the suit. I like that he doesn't have a mask here. I think the hair looks awesome. So honestly, if they were to just match the look and kind of just one-to-one recreate it with their Wolverine in this game, that could be pretty cool. And now we're getting into the final three. These are the suits where, like, if nothing else on this list makes it into the game, these three suits really need to make it into the game. And this one, I know someone at Insomniac is watching, okay? I know there has to be at least one person who's working at Insomniac watching this video. Please speak to someone who can make this happen. Give me the X-Men Evolution Wolverine suit. I think orange is just, it's such a good look for the character. I love X-Men Evolution. It's one of my favorite cartoons ever made. I would do anything, Insomniac, to get this look in the game. Please. And this next one is another one where I'm like, come on, dude, just do something. Make it happen. The new Ultimate Comics, the Wolverine look from those comics is insane. In this new Ultimate run, he's the Winter Soldier of this universe, and he's got this red suit. He's got this full face mask, which I really hope that's the one that they go for, because he's kind of changed his look throughout the run. But the original look that he had in issue 1, that's what I really hope they add into the game. It is so freaking sick, and it would look amazing in Marvel's Wolverine. And then my final pick is another one that is an iconic alternate look for Wolverine that I think has a really good chance to make it in. So I'm not gonna beg for it as much as I did the last two. This is the #1 suit that I imagine for a lot of people of alternate costumes to be in Marvel's Wolverine. This is their choice, and that is the X-Force look for Wolverine. Putting him in the gray and black suit, the red eyes, it is such a nice touch. It would work so well in this game, and it's just so effective at making Wolverine look even meaner than he already does. And that is my list of alternate suits that I really want to see show up in Marvel's Wolverine. But now I want to kick it to you guys. There's so many alternate looks for the character in the comic books, in film, in television. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. What suits do you want to see for Wolverine in this game? I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.